Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Excellent news, my friends, because today we'll be watching the tense, terrifying, yet always terrific world of Rod Serling's Twilight Zone, specifically Season 2, Episode 6, Eye of the Beholder. Now, friends, full disclosure, I have a buddy who knew that I was starting to watch the Twilight Zone for the first time, and before I could stop them, started to give me a list of titles of episodes that once I watched them, I was to contact him. And the very first one, before I had a chance to stop him, he said, whenever you see Eye of the Beholder and I stopped, I said, no, I don't want to poison the well. If I know you like it, then I'll might try to flavor it so I like it. So friends, I do know this. One of my buddies, this was the #1 episode that he mentioned before I could stop him. So I'm very hopeful to get into this one, but I just want to warn everybody that if I don't like it or there's something that, if I'm not going to just wholeheartedly agree with my buddy, much to his dismay, and, I'm going to formulate my own opinion. Just so you know, I wanted full disclosure so that I have name recognition with this, and that's it. But I cannot wait to get in here and basically see what all the hubbub's about. So wait no longer, we shall. If you could do me a quick favor though and hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel and it allows me to alert you next time it's time for the Twilight Zone or any of our sci-fi fare. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. And if you're not a fan of Patreon, consider YouTube memberships. You'll get all of our episodes at least a day early. But my dear, dear friends, all that is then and this is now. And what is now? Now is the highly recommended from my buddy episode of The Twilight Zone, Season 2, Episode 6, Eye of the Beholder. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go.
It's 9:30.
Oh, what about the day?
Well, what about it?
Well, was it a beautiful day? Was it warm? Was the sun out?
It was kind of warm.
Yes. And clouds? Were there clouds in the sky?
I suppose there were. I never was much for staring up at the sky.
No.
Very interesting. You can't see anybody talking.
When will they take the bandages off? How long, nurse?
Until they decide whether or not they can fix your face.
Pretty bad, isn't it?
I've seen worse.
Well, yes, but it's pretty bad, isn't it? Oh, I know it's pretty bad. Ever since I was a little girl, people have turned away when they looked at me.
Oh, I thought she was injured, like in an accident.
There's another little child screaming when she looked at me. I never really wanted to be beautiful. I just wanted people not to scream when they looked at me. When, nurse? When will they take the bandages off?
Maybe tomorrow. Maybe the next day.
Okay, so it's just whatever it is. I mean, is she injured?
Evening report on patient 307. No temperature change. Resting comfortably.
Thank you, nurse. I'll be down later.
I'm a little confused because she's
Ever
in
see her
there.
face, 307? Indeed I have. If it were mine, I'd bury myself in a grave someplace.
Jesus.
Some people want to live no matter what. Cigarette?
They're literally saying that she'd be better off dead. Some people want to live no matter what. Hey, Rod.
Your introduction to Miss Janet Tyler, who lives in a very private world of darkness. In a moment, we'll go back into this room. And also in a moment, we'll look under those bandages. Keeping in mind, of course, that we're not to be surprised by what we see. Because this isn't just a hospital. This happens to be the Twilight Zone. And Miss Janet Tyler, with you, is about to enter it.
With us. That's one of the first time he's included us into the journey. We're usually observers.
Well, it's warm this evening, Miss Tyler.
They're not showing us anybody's faces.
We'll have those bandages off you very soon. I expect you're pretty uncomfortable.
Well, I'm used to bandages on my face.
I've no doubt. It's your 9th visit here.
9th?
I think I've lived my whole life inside of a dark cave. The walls are gauze.
Man, she's really quiet.
There's a kind of a comfort living inside this cave. wonderfully private.
I can't even tell how old she is.
It's hopeless, isn't it, Doctor? I'll never look any differently.
Well, that's hard to say.
It almost looks like there's something with her neck.
Frankly, you've stumped us, Miss Tyler. Nothing we've done so far has made any difference at all. We're very hopeful for what this last treatment may have accomplished. There's no telling, of course, till we get the bandages off.
When's that?
The case is not one that we could have handled with plastic surgery, but your bone structure, flesh type, many factors prohibit the surgical approach. 11 is the mandatory number of experiments. We're not permitted to do any more after 11.
Wow. Okay, 11's the max. We have no referent either to where we are,
And if I haven't responded, then what?
or even what planet we're on.
Think of the time and the money and the effort expended to make you look
Look like what, Doctor?
normal, the way you'd like to look.
Doctor, may I walk outside?
Yeah, there's something with her neck.
Just to feel the air, just to smell the flowers.
This is so heartbreaking.
If I sit out there in the darkness, then the whole world is dark. And I'm more a part of it like that, not just...
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it looks like there's like...
I want to belong. I want to be like everybody.
Oh my God, this is horrific.
Please help me.
There are many others who share your misfortune. People who look much as you do.
Really? Okay, so I'm starting to think we're not on Earth.
Allow you to move into a special area in which people of your kind have been congregated.
Okay, her kind.
Congregated. Oh, you mean segregated. You ain't in prison, don't you, Doctor? You're talking about a ghetto, aren't you? A ghetto designed for freaks.
Miss Tyler is doing all it can for you. But you're not being rational, Miss Tyler.
Oh my God.
I could wear a mask or this bandage, or I wouldn't bother anybody. I'd just go my own way. I'd get a job, any job. Who are you people anyway? What is this state? Who makes all these rules? And
Wait, I think that's a bandage around her neck, like across her chin. I thought it was like flesh.
Please.
the state is not God. It hasn't the right to penalize somebody for an accident of birth. It hasn't the right to make ugliness a crime.
Tyler.
I feel the night out there. I feel the air. I can smell the flowers.
Is she not allowed to go out? People of her kind? This is going to be very interesting when this comes off. If they even take it off, that'd be just leave our imaginations run wild.
Take it off me! Take it off me!
Oh my God. I mean, the acting underneath all of that.
Please let me go. Let me go, please. Oh, please. Please let me go. Please let me.
I'm trying to get a peek under there.
Get the anesthetist.
Oh, good, they're going to drug her. Oh boy. All right. You have got to be shitting me. We are halfway through this already. Oh my God. Jesus, is this tense? Okay, so we have like a segregated populace. She's not alone.
I know how much it means to you, this case in 307.
Well, you try to be impersonal about these things. You do everything medically possible, everything humanly possible, and then in the end, you cross your fingers.
Humanly possible.
But you're destroying yourself this way.
So presumably we're on an Earth or an Earth variant or Earth or the future, maybe.
You see, nurse,
I'm
I've
trying to see something outside.
Deeper than that pitiful, twisted lump of flesh. Deeper even than that misshapen skeletal mask. I've seen that woman's real face, nurse. It's a good face. It's a human face.
I understand.
Human, okay.
It's easier for me to think of her as human when her face is covered up.
But why? Why must we feel that way, nurse? What is the dimensional difference between beauty and something repellent?
It's very interesting. It's like they don't even want comparative faces at all. Like our imagination is just going to go crazy with like what everyone looks like, but we know that she has something like seriously wrong with her, or different. I shouldn't say wrong, something different.
Don't be concerned, nurse. I'll be all right once the bandages are off, once I know one way or the other.
Hey, I was going to say, what's going on there? doctor, nurse. Getting very familiar.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our leader.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, I shall talk to you about glorious conformity, about the delight and the ultimate pleasure of our unified society.
No tantrums, no temperament, no violence.
Okay, so this is a future alternate Earth.
I'm going to cut the bandages a section at a time.
Or another planet that's just using human, so.
As I unwrap, I want you to keep your eyes open. And I want you to describe to me the various shadings of light as you perceive it.
So did they do work on her eyes, too?
Have the anesthetist put you under sedation, you understand.
I promise I won't.
Jesus. My God, my back hurts. Tension. To make that clear.
Just be very quiet.
Is there like a plaster thing under there? Jesus, that's a lot of gauze. Is there like skin like weeping? Is that why they have that on there?
Good, good. Look up toward the light.
Great shot. Great shot. Awesome. Great POV. I guess that could just be from, being in darkness too. I mean, something really nefarious about that. To explain the different shading, that's like what colors you see and hues, that's odd, unless they did work on her eyes.
I'm at the last layer of bandages.
That's awesome.
I can just see you. I can just distinguish your outline vaguely, but I can just see you.
Yeah, it's so good.
Would you like a mirror?
No. No, thank you. No mirror.
Now, we have done all we could do.
You can't have more. Only 11.
If, on the other hand, this final treatment has not achieved the desired result, please remember, Miss Tyler, that you can still live a long and fruitful life among people of your own kind.
Your own kind? What is going on here?
If I'm still terribly ugly, well, is there any other alternative? Could I please be put away?
Well, under certain circumstances, Miss Tyler, the state does provide for the extermination of undesirables. However, there are many factors to be considered in the decision. Under the present circumstances, I doubt very much whether we would be permitted to do anything but transfer you to a communal group of people with your...
Oh my God, so she's asking them to kill her? Oh my God. But there's ways that the state will exterminate you? Where the are we, man?
All right, Miss Tyler.
This is already a fantastic episode. This is utterly amazing, even before whatever the hell this is going to be under here. I'm waiting for it to be something like a freckle, or a blue eyes instead of brown or something like that. God, that's such a cool shot.
No change.
Oh, God. I can't tell. Is it a different color? Like, is...
Needle, please.
They're talking about Earth? Where the f are we?
Single morality, a single frame of reference, a single philosophy of government.
The best thing is, too, she's beautiful, right? Classically, whatever. How did they hide that? I bet you, I swear to you, I bet you if we go back and look at the silhouettes, they didn't have any of the makeup on.
Miss Tyler, don't be afraid. He's only a representative from the group you're going to live with. Don't be afraid.
I'm at a loss for words. I do think I've seen a meme somewhere with those, now that I'm thinking about it, because there were doctors.
Now, this is Mr. Smith. Mr. Walter Smith. Mr. Smith is in charge.
Mr. Smith, fantastically good looking.
I think you're gonna like it where I'm gonna take you. You'll be with your own kind.
This is insanity.
You'll feel a sense of great belonging.
I think that's the best twist yet. I think it's the best twist yet.
And you will be loved, Miss Tyler.
What, could you be less creepy? I mean, don't rely on your good looks there, Warren Beatty.
Why do we have to look like this?
I don't know, Miss Tyler. I really don't know. There's an old saying. A very, very old saying.
This must be the future.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
I mean, you'll be outside. You were talking about that. You won't be in the hospital anymore. You won't have people screaming. Hey, everybody.
Goodbye, Miss Tyler.
That's a pretty damn good makeup.
Now, the questions that come to mind. Where is this place and when is it?
Right, you're right.
You want an answer? The answer is it doesn't make any difference.
That's right.
Because the old saying happens to be true. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, in this year or 100 years hence. On this planet or wherever there is human life, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Lesson to be learned in the Twilight Zone.
Oh my Lord. I actually feel like weird. All right, everybody, we just finished The Twilight Zone, Season 2, Episode 6, Eye of the Beholder, and the only thing left to do is talk about it. All right, everybody, we just finished Eye of the Beholder, the 6th episode of the 2nd season of The Twilight Zone. We're off and running now. It's on and popping. The last episode and this episode, The Howling Man and Eye of the Beholder, have been two bangers here in Season 2. So, again, I just was looking for business to pick up, and business is now officially a booming here in The Twilight Zone Season 2. Okay, so I do think that I have seen something like that before. I had absolutely no reference for it. I remember seeing, really, it was kind of like the pig nose and people dressed as doctors. I didn't realize that was the Twilight Zone. Oh my God, that is so good. Okay, so here's my thing. Very, very, again, much like The Howling Man, when we talked about the camera work sort of taking center stage in that one, I can't quite say that for Eye of the Beholder because our Janet Tyler, the actress that was doing that work, unreal. You know what? To be very fair, I'm assuming that the actress that we saw at the end was Janet Tyler underneath. I mean, presumably they had somebody else that was doing the acting and they just, pulled out, there's somebody else to be the reveal. I mean, that could potentially be it. I would have to, you know what? I'm going to hold, please. I'm going to check. Okay, so I just went back and checked, everybody, and it was, in fact, two different actresses. One provided the voice and one provided the look of whenever the bandages were removed. And when the bandages were removed, it was Donna Douglas, and when the bandages were on, and the voice was provided by an actress by the name of Maxine Stewart. So I thought that was very interesting. It seemed like that, but I thought I caught a little ADR at one point. So here's what initially kind of cued me in on the idea that there might be two different actresses. Whenever she's under all the bandages, that actress, whoever was underneath there, couldn't be doing those line deliveries. They would have sounded incredibly muffled. Even with that kind of area that they had left open, it would have been really hard for pickup mics and things like that to be able to capture that. So most of that was probably recorded simply because her mouth was obscured. And it would provide itself for that. You can't really show any part of it because it gives it away. Oh, really well done. But, I think the idea, really hearkening back to the title of the episode, Eye of the Beholder, this is Rod Serling kind of pushing back against societal norms. What exactly is beauty? And he subverted that expectation. This was probably the best twist that they had. I can't think of another twist that was quite so profound and so expertly executed as this one. I was wondering, I thought they were making some type of almost like an artistic statement by not showing the faces of the doctors and the nurses. I thought it was supposed to be like they were trying to draw focus. They were all in shadow and she was in white in the bandages, or lighter color, presumably white in the bandages. And I thought that was to make her even more separate than everybody else. You know what I mean? Everybody else, even with the bandages on. Or I thought they were kind of giving us a mirror of what she was experiencing. you know, she couldn't see them. She could feel them. So they showed, you know, when they were touching her and things like that. And she couldn't make out features and she couldn't make out when they were around. So I thought that maybe we were supposed to be provided almost a sympathetic sort of stance with our narrator to be able, or our protagonist really, to be able to kind of experience what she was experiencing, this world of darkness, this world of, you know, the other, this world of, you know, they're there, I'm separate from everything else, and that hopelessness. And I thought that was expertly conveyed. It was heart-wrenching, you know, when she's sitting there just pleading to the doctor to just do anything to make her look normal. And I think that that is so, again, it's just so incredibly sad, because the parallels there are just like Rod said, you know, when this is or what planet this is on, it doesn't matter, you know, or what time it is, it doesn't matter, because these things are occurring at all points, at all times. There is a definition of beauty that is accepted by more people than not. And so that ideal of beauty becomes the standard. And when something becomes the standard, any deviation from that, especially in what looked like some type of like a dictatorship, you know, we had like the leader who was sitting there, conformity is to conform, or normalcy is to conform, or whatever the slogan was that he was kind of repeating. And again, it really speaks to a much broader issue, not necessarily just beauty, but whatever society deems the standard. Therein lies the problem, because as soon as we have somebody that doesn't conform to whatever it might be, whether it be like physical ability, you know, like physical athletic ability, or talent, or, you know, intelligence, or whatever anybody, and then of course beauty, when the majority of people say that right there, that's what we mean by perfection, by excellence, by the best, then as soon as there is the majority that feels that way, then there's going to be a minority that suffers because they don't have those same characteristics, or have the ability to assume those characteristics. And so, boy, just multi-layered in this one. I mean, everything. This could go absolutely through. You could apply this to every sort of like societal pigeonholing, societal suppression, all of those things, you know, subjugation even. You could get so far, I mean, you could be race relations. You could throw everything into this one. This is something very, very interesting. It's a special episode. It really, I can see now. My buddy's going to watch this and be like, dickhead, I told you. You know? Yeah, it was really good, bud. You know, it's just, it's so good. Wow, this is a thinker. I love these episodes too, because I know now I'm going to be thinking about Eye of the Beholder, you know, quite a bit. There are so many, and I'll tell you this a little bit, but I'm going to leave. I'm going to end on this one, friends. I'm going to end on this one. Whenever I do a Twilight Zone thought section, whenever we sit down and talk about it, I inevitably continue to think about the Twilight Zone after, you know, I've moved on a couple more episodes, and I'll go back and think about some of the other ones, and I'll come up with these, what I think are these really profound statements. And boy, I wish I would have said this, that, or the other thing. And again, I just think that it's a testament to the excellence of the creative, Rod Serling, the creative team, Matheson, all of our writers who come in and do these, that it's just so well constructed, whether it be the camera work with the obscuring of the faces, the feeling of that separateness that we are given, or gifted like Janet Tyler had. All of these elements are rolled into a suspense and tension that in 20 minutes made my back start to kill me as I'm sitting there watching it. I mean, it's just so well done. But I think beneath this, and this isn't a profound statement, you know, by any stretch of the imagination, I think I'm just realizing that there are so many layers of actual, realistic, current issues, current for the day, and really current for us right now in 2025, that Serling is addressing through the use of the fantastical. And this episode, Eye of the Beholder, is probably the one that's at the forefront. This is the one that I feel he has been the most overt with being, you know, hey, let's check this out. Take this out, take beauty out of the equation, throw in something else. Take that out of the equation, throw in some other societal norm. Wow, just so excellently well done, and it's a visual shock to see that, and then realize that everything that you've heard up to that point has been this skewed, almost, you know, not almost, for our interpretation, an incredibly skewed and twisted version of events. But the thing is, That's how the other feels about whatever the societal standard happens to be, that it's twisted, that it's just not right. There's just something wrong. Why am I not like that? Oh, my God, the questions that I am going to be asking myself. And my buddy is going to rub this in my face, everybody. And I should just I'm going to go ahead and text him after this is over and just take my medicine. Oh, everybody, the Twilight Zone, when you absolutely positively need the very best, except no substitute. If you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel, and it allows me to alert you next time it's time for the Twilight Zone, or any of our sci-fi fare. And of course, if there's anything that we're doing that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. If you're not a fan of Patreon, consider YouTube memberships. You'll get all of our episodes at least a day early. But all that is then and this is now, my friends, and now, unfortunately, it's time to say goodbye from the 6th episode of the 2nd season of The Twilight Zone, the never-to-be-forgotten title, Eye of the Beholder. Unfortunately, we have to say goodbye, friends. And normally with our other series, what we do, because we're the Greek chorus, we're the ones that continue to spread the tale started by the storytellers, to tell people that haven't seen it before, you really need to check out Eye of the Beholder, as my buddy told me. Because of that, our reward is to then watch the episode and jump back into a favored scene. We're part of the story. We might as well place ourselves in the story. But with the Twilight Zone, we do something a little bit different, my friends. With the Twilight Zone, what we do is we say goodbye as a result of the episode. So friends, you know where I'm going to put us. The gauze is itchy across our face. We can barely smell the flowers that are blowing in through the open window. One of the nurses must have been nice enough to leave it open for us, but as we are all sitting there in our ward being told by the doctor, it'll be okay, we can't see anything. We don't know what the world around us is like. We don't even know why we're here or what they're fixing or how they're going to make us normal. And friends, what's scarier? Knowing that you're not normal or that you're not normal enough. Friends, until we get a chance to continue this journey through the Twilight Zone, Vulcan roll, and I'll see you.